So, for the past couple of years, we've seen this tactic going around Hollywood when it comes to video games, movies, TV shows, comic books, you name it. Uh, Disney knows all too well about this because they do it all the time and then they suffer the repercussions of their actions. The it's not meant for you, don't watch it, changing the sexuality or the gender or the race of characters, and people are just saying, "Hey, why are you doing this?" And people are, "Oh, it's not meant for you. Don't watch it." And then their ratings go down, or turnout goes down, and in theaters or whatever. And then they start blaming the homophobic, racist bigots. Blaming the extreme right wing agenda and all that bullshit. When it's you yourself who just said, it's not meant for you. Don't watch it then. But people are just tired of a forced message. Now, listen, forced message. It's okay to have messaging. If you grew up in the '90s, or even the '80s, remember the old, thing with like Pee Wee Herman and like fucking Miss Piggy and Michelangelo, the PSAs about drug use and stuff. It's okay to have messages. We grew up with Family Matters and Full House and Fresh Prince and Boy Meets World that dealt with death and drug abuse and domestic abuse and stuff like that. If you watch Family Matters, you remember that one episode in particular with Laura trying to kind of get the school to teach Black history every month because Black history is American history. And at one point in the episode, she opens up her locker and finds a note, and it says, "If you want to learn Black history, go back to Africa." And now I'm quoting what happens to her in the show. If I remember, scrawled across her locker is the word nigger. So she has that written on her locker, a note saying, "If you want to learn Black history, go back to Africa." She obviously gets very upset. She goes talk to her parents about it after school when she gets home, and she's crying. She's like, "Why are some people like some people like this?" And her mom just says, "Some people are ignorant." She doesn't call out any particular group of people because white people, guess what? White people are not the only ones who can be racist, despite what the fucking left tries to tell you about. Well, minorities don't have the systemic power to be racist. Look up the definition of racism. Exactly. Anyone can be racist, you stupid fucking cunts. But messaging like that was fine. But nowadays, it's only one side messaging. Back then it was be a good person, don't drink and drive, don't do this typical things for a family show. But now it's white man bad, white people bad, black people, minorities are oppressed. Apparently, Doctor Who's getting a episode about women's reproductive rights, and it's in your fucking face, and people are tired of it. Doctor Who has proven, Doctor Who 60th anniversary has shown that you can bring back David Tennant, Catherine Tate, one of the most popular doctors, and the show will fail because of bad writing. Because every one of those 3 episodes had an in your face message. So it didn't matter who the doctor was. We don't care if it's a fucking black dude. He can be as black and gay as he wants. It doesn't matter. If the show is just terribly written out and it's in your face with messaging, it's going to fail because people are tired of the constant messaging when it comes to their escapes. Because again, that's why they're escapes. When you come home from a hard day of work and you want to escape it, you want to watch a show about a guy, an alien who flies through time and space and somehow always stays on Earth. In London, no, by most of it, uh, who flies around time and space in a fucking phone box. Nothing screams escapism with that more than women's reproductive rights and racism. Because, As if we don't get enough of that shit in our daily lives. Because, it's like playing World of Warcraft, a game with orcs and elves and this and that, and having to deal with those topics. It's just like, okay, I'm done. I've had enough of this shit for one day in my life. I don't need to go to my escape and deal with it too. So, but RuPaul's Drag Race star Jinkx Monsoon, who plays the over-the-top villain Maestro in the new Doctor Who, says, "Who gives a fuck what bigots think?" In response to the racist, homophobic backlash, whatever the fuck his name was, the 15th Doctor has faced because no, we don't care. Again, you can bring back old doctors. It showed that you can bring back old doctors and the show would still suck. They brought back David Tennant and the episodes still sucked because of the writing. Simple as that. When you have in-your-face messaging, people who, if you like that kind of stuff, more power to you. Not everyone wants to deal with fucking in-your-face messages. No, not everyone wants to come home from work, from the real world, and deal with real world shit in their fucking escape. Not everyone wants to do that. Like reproductive rights. Like, I want to come home from work and watch an episode of Doctor Who talking about reproductive rights. If that's your cup of tea, great. Not everyone wants to hear it. That is what people are saying, because nowadays they're clearly pushing a fucking message, an agenda with who they hire, actor wise. It's clear and obvious to everyone who isn't in Hollywood, or anyone who has more than a early double digit IQ. I mean, some maybe in the single digits can understand. But if you've got a double-digit IQ, you know what's going on. You can pick up what they're putting down. They continue. For every transphobic, racist, bigoted Doctor Who fan that we lose this season, there are going to be 3 or 5. Are you sure about that? 3 to 5 new fans who are coming in for representation. Thank you, Jinkx Monsoon, for being the only man in Hollywood who has the fucking balls to finally admit what we've been talking about for years now. Who are coming in for the representation, not for the awesome told stories, not for the amazing characters that you just love to love or love to hate. No, for representation. So thank you, Jinkx Monsoon. We salute you here and all around the world for having the balls to finally admit what Hollywood is doing. Finally admitting what we've known for years. We salute you, our good sir. For the representation. So to those fans who are not fans, I say, don't let the door hit you on the way out. And then when they announced that Doctor Who ratings are down, what? How did this happen? Who would have thought that after telling people not to watch the show, that somehow viewing of that show would go down? Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? But this is the tactic. You make a judgment or you criticize something now, and instantly you could just say, we're just tired of bad storytelling. And they call you a racist, homophobic, bigot. They say you're fucking Nazi. They say it's fucking extreme far-right propaganda. Because these people are so fucking stupid, they can't think of anything else. So they just keep using transphobic, racist, bigoted, misogynistic every single time, because these people are so fucking stupid. Because they know what they're doing. And so you think after all these years of doing this shit, you think they would actually come up with some kind of excuse or something, so that when people start criticizing, they have like, oh, well, because. But no, it's always the racist, you're racist, you're homophobic, you're bigoted. They start throwing out names rather than excuses. Wow, already playing the bigot card? Even the actors probably realize how amazing this show is. Anyway, enjoy your low ratings. Step 1, buy beloved IP. Step 2, change everything. Step 3, tell built-in audience to fuck off. Books will be written about this marketing strategy. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him. Uh-huh. Don't complain when no one watches and it gets canceled. It's cute he thinks people are going to watch. Wait, people are still watching Doctor Who? Did that show end years ago? Uh-huh. I agree. Who cares? So shut up about it and let's celebrate Doctor Who. This show is an Americanized version of a British show. This isn't The Office. It will fail horribly. Yeah, The Office was started off as, a British show and then America got it. Dehumanization of those who disagree, and you just have to not agree 100% to be given these labels. Yeah, exactly. Even they'll eat their own. If you have a person on the left who criticizes it, they'll be called a far right extremist. It's like, bitch, I fucking voted for Joe Biden and I agree mostly I agree with everything you say and do. I'm just saying I'm tired of the bullshit. Well, you're a transphobic, homophobic, racist, misogynistic Donald Trump supporter and far right extremist. Like, no, I'm just tired of the bullshit. So they'll eat their own. If you just stand up and criticize it, even if you're on their side, if you just say, hey, can we just not have good stories now? Why does everything have to have a message or an agenda? It's like, well, you're a far right extremist. If all the new viewers had, if all the viewers had multiple personalities, perhaps. Yeah, people who watch for representation aren't fans. And again, thank you, Jinkx Monsoon, for having the balls to admit that's why people are watching Doctor Who now. For the representation, not for the stories, not for the alien flying through time and space in a police box, not for the, regenerations and anything like that. It's for representation. Thank you. 3 to 5 must be a fan of the Constitution and coining new dog whistles. Wow, that is. We got one eye going that way and one eye going up. That's great. Um. Uh huh. You guys are proving Jinkx Monsoon right. I haven't seen anything racist or anything. People are tired of bad storytelling. Simple as that. Simple as that. If you guys, if the writers lean a certain way, don't make it so fucking obvious. That's how you alienate the people who not only don't agree with your messaging, but also the people in the middle who are like, okay, I'm not leaning either way, but the fact that they're purposely doing this shit now because they know they can get away with it, I don't think I'm gonna watch anymore. Oh yeah. Oh, I thought the doctor's Winifred Sanderson. Fucking Bette Midler in Hocus Pocus. Honestly, at first, that's what I thought it was when I first saw it. When they first announced it, like what the character looked like. That's honestly what I first thought of was Winifred from Hocus Pocus. And when the modern audience stops watching the show because you did an excellent job driving the fans away, who are you going to blame? The fans, of course, they're not going to blame themselves. Because that would mean taking accountability and taking responsibility for one's actions. They're not going to blame themselves, even though they're the ones coming out here and saying, don't watch it. No, they're going to blame the fans and their far-right extreme propaganda and agenda of driving people away and review bombing and all the other crap that they accuse people of. Which review bombing does happen, but they try to make it seem like it's so much more than it actually is. Most people, even if they wanted to, it's like, we're not going to bother writing a fucking review about it or going on, and especially if you have to fucking sign up for that damn shit, like, you know, make a sign in and all that. Not going to fucking do that shit. I don't think I've seen one person say it's going to suck because he's gay or black. Put it back in the deck. I mean, I even said we'll give him a chance. I said the same thing about Jodie Whittaker. I said we'll give her a chance. And then I watched the episodes and they were bad. And then I'm like, huh, this writing is really bad. Again, the Rosa Parks episode had potential to be amazing, but instead it was in your face without racism, and we could have had an amazing alien introduced, but no, it was just a white dude. That was the big villain of the episode. A white dude who escaped from intergalactic prison, who was trying to kill Rosa Parks. Not even hiding it. You could have talked about racism, about, you know, and having some kind of alien try to kill her, but no, it was right on, you know, in your face. Oh, it's an evil white dude from space prison who escaped to, you know, who came down to kill Rosa Parks. I've watched since Tom Baker. After Capaldi, I bailed. Woke hot garbage now. But it's as simple as that. People are just tired of bad storytelling. People are tired of their writers' messages in your face. Again, not everyone thinks the same way. Everyone has different views and opinions. And when the writers are only inserting their views, and Hollywood and all that consists of people that have one view, when it's one side, it's going to alienate everyone else who doesn't think like that. How hard is that to fucking comprehend and grasp? When you're pushing the shit like, ooh, white people bad, women's reproductive rights, you're alienating everyone who, one, doesn't want to hear about that shit in a fucking escape type show, you know, and people who don't lean that way. And then by saying, oh, you're homophobe, you're race, you're just pushing away the other people who are like, well, I was going to give it a chance, but these people are coming out and insulting the fan base. I'm not even going to give it a chance now. And then when the ratings go down, oh my God, how can this happen to me? I've made my mistakes, got nowhere to run. No, you know, it's, when are they going to fucking learn? When are they going to wake up and realize they're the problem? It's not the fans. We are telling you how to fucking succeed with everyone. With everyone. Not just one particular side, but everyone. And you're like, la 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 la. So enjoy losing money, Disney, because it's worked for you so well in the past, right? It's worked so well for you in the past. Hey, you guys, remember that there was a Little Mermaid remake? Yeah. Probably didn't even remember that thing fucking existed because no one talked about it. After the initial release, don't hear anything about it. I hear more people talking about the 1989 version of the movie than the new one. That's because every movie that they come out with that has like this agenda and race swapping, just not memorable at all. They're doing this with Doctor Who. It's just a shell of what it used to be. And again, the 60th anniversary proved it. They brought back David Tennant. They had Catherine Tate. fucking Neil Patrick Harris, who as an actor, I love Neil Patrick Harris as an actor, and not even they were enough to save it, because every episode had in your face message, and people are just tired of it. But hey, we're not fans, right? So we're just not going to watch, and when your ratings go down, you'll sit there and wonder why. So have fun trying to keep ratings up when you're only catering to like 1% of the fucking population. Have fun. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.